Tassone. I'm a PhD candidate in the Department of Environmental Sciences at the University of Virginia. My project here at the VCR is looking at how seagrass respond to disturbance events and how they recover after those disturbance events. I initiated the Seagrass Resilience Experiment back in June of 2020 in response to a marine heat wave that hit this area back in June of 2015. That heat wave led to a 90% dieback in seagrass abundance. However, that dieback was spatially heterogeneous, with the central part of the meadow taking the brunt of that dieback relative to the northern part of the seagrass meadow that didn't seem to be impacted at all. We started the Seagrass Resilience Experiment to test a hypothesis that recovery, as a measure of resilience, would be greater at the northern sites relative to the central sites because of the ongoing work in the meadow that has shown that there's less temperature stress at the northern edge of the meadow. So the plots are set up in these paired controlled treatment blocks, and in the treatment blocks what we did is we went into the sites, and in a circular shape we ripped out as much seagrass as possible, and we were actually pretty successful at matching the amount of seagrass loss that had occurred during the marine heat wave. The annual seagrass survey at the VCR allowed us to determine that the marine heat wave back in June of 2015 led to that 90% dieback, and the annual surveys provided a snapshot of recovery, which suggested that the recovery in the seagrass meadow would take 3 to 4 years. This study, the Seagrass Resilience Experiment, allows us to look at recovery spatially within the meadow, looking at recovery within the central part of the meadow versus the northern edge. It also allows us to sample more frequently, which provides a richer data set as far as rates of recovery within the meadow. And it also allows us to get at mechanisms of recovery, such as clonal growth from the disturbance plot edge, or seedling recruitment from within the meadow. The last thing that it allows us to do is it allows us to get a better sense of recovery shape, be that linear, exponential, or some kind of sigmoidal relationship.